Yeah, this was a couple days ago, but Gomez wanted me to do this one, yeah, and I've been hearing about this. Everybody's been talking about it. A Kentucky judge was shot by a sheriff. And I'm sitting there saying, latest update, yeah, it's 2 days old. Maybe I'll find more an update, but let's get to it.
Kentucky. A Letcher County district judge is dead after authorities say the county sheriff shot and killed him in the judge's chambers yesterday afternoon. Today, Sheriff Sean Steins is in jail while police try to pinpoint a motive. And we're hearing from the Commonwealth's attorney in that area who knew Judge Kevin Mullins well. Our Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are talking to attorneys and former judges here in Louisville who are troubled by this deadly shooting.
A disturbing display of violence playing out inside an eastern Kentucky courthouse. Letcher County District Judge Kevin Mullins shot and killed in his own chambers. And authorities believe it was the sheriff, Sean Steins, who pulled the trigger and shot him multiple times. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear's latest comments.
Now, I know there's a whole lot that's out there on the internet and elsewhere. This is an active, ongoing investigation.
The rural community of just over 20,000 people rattled as investigators try to confirm a motive.
We could use everybody's prayers, send prayers for the family, that they get through this difficult time.
Matt Butler, the state prosecutor for the area, on Facebook sharing his personal connection to the judge.
His daughters are my nieces, and that my two oldest kids are his niece and nephew.
The tragic news came as a shock to so many across the state, including attorneys and former judges right here in Louisville who were quick to denounce any kind of violence inside the courthouse. I sat down with retired district court judge Janice Martin.
It affects us all when you see violence like this, because you don't anticipate someone getting shot outside a courthouse, somebody as a judge getting shot in their chambers, much less by a law enforcement officer. So it's very disturbing.
And former prosecutor attorney Carl Price.
I was shocked. Had to take a deep breath, because, of course, we work in the court system. But generally, the deputies who carry the firearms in the courtroom, first and foremost, are like family to the judges, right? So you feel safe in that regard.
There are questions surrounding a federal lawsuit against Sheriff Steins, accused of turning a blind eye to one of his deputies sexually abusing a woman in that same judge's chambers.
It would be a locked area, and only the judge and his staff would have access to that.
Attorney Kent Wicker of Louisville telling me he'll be watching closely to see what investigators conclude to be the motive.
The motive suggests this is really a one-off, or does the motive suggest that there's a systematic problem that needs to be corrected by different policy measures? So that's what I want to know.
Mullins died at the scene and Steins surrendered to authorities. A KSP spokesperson saying the sheriff is charged with first-degree murder. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11, on your side.
Today, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was asked about this shooting. Take a look at what he said.
Now, I know there's a whole lot that's out there on the internet and elsewhere. This is an active, ongoing investigation. As a former prosecutor and the former AG, I'm not going to comment on any pieces of it to make sure that the state police can continue that investigation. They will follow the evidence when they have it. They will comment on motive, and then it will be prosecuted by the Commonwealth Attorney, Jackie Steele.
The Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman says his office will collaborate with a Commonwealth's attorney in the region as special prosecutors in a criminal